to court and stand next to Miss Ritter. So again, here's my public service announcement. You're not going to casualize my job. I don't come to work to see people cook, take care of their kids, lay in the bed. This is court. If you cannot attend court properly on Zoom, we are open to the public and for court. Court is open. Court is open. Court is
open.
Open. Please accept to join the breakout room and then wait for the lawyers to come in to speak with you. Okay, well, it looks like Ms. West and Ms. Davis are ready, but you both must have left and come back, which it made me waste time bringing you in and trying to get you back ready. Ms. West doesn't know how to follow instructions, so I'm gonna go ahead and put her back and wait.
Y'all seen this? You've seen this indictment?
I have.
I don't like allegation number 2, the paragraph 2. That is, I've never seen an allegation of a prior conviction that didn't give the date of the offense.
A prior conviction as it pertains to
Commission and further prior to the commission of the aforementioned offense and cause number 3269988 in Jefferson County, Texas, the defendant was convicted of an assault involving family violence. I've never seen that. Prior convictions generally have the date, the court that it was in.
generally,
To give that information for a defendant. I don't know if it's necessary or not, but I've never seen it. I've never seen an enhancement or an additional paragraph of a prior conviction with just the cause number.
Your Honor, I would tend to agree with you. I will be correcting those errors in the indictment.
Can you pull that up for me, please?
Yes.
so,
What's that call number, Doug?
3269988.
Prior,
It's a misdemeanor.
and this is the felony probation that he's on for the same or similar offense.
So yeah. Prior.
That's the prior.
All right, 23 CR 1499 is called Carrie James Dennis Jr. Is that you?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Wilson is
Yes.
your attorney, I believe, correct?
Okay.
All right, he's here with you. You were charged with a 3rd-degree felony of assault, family violence. And is the prior conviction enhancing the punishment range?
It is, Judge.
Yeah. So
It's-
without that, it would be what?
It would be a misdemeanor if it
Misdemeanor.
weren't for the prior, Judge.
Okay. So you were charged here with on or about July 28th, 2023 in Jefferson County, Texas, committing the 3rd-degree felony of assault, family violence. And it is enhanced in its punishment range from what it would otherwise have been a misdemeanor because it is alleged that you have a prior conviction in 3269988, a misdemeanor out of Jefferson County, Texas. And I'm going to give you some more information about that because I don't have it.
Judge, it's in County Court at Law number 2. And the,
That's all I've got access to. Can't get the PC.
and the conviction date for that is June 17th, 2022. And for the court's education, he was originally granted probation on that offense. And that conviction date results from his failure to complete that probation.
Okay, then that was done, it looks like,
The other thing I'd like for the court to consider in regards to this bond, Judge,
so he was,
Yes.
hold on, he was placed on probation and then it was revoked, wasn't it?
yes, Your Honor,
That's what it appears here.
that's the date of June 17th, 2022. That is the offense date. Would also inform the court that he is on probation out of Harris County, which is no surprise to the defense because Mr. Wilson represented him on that.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead. What are we doing today?
Yeah, Your Honor, I'm coming before the court asking for relief, as it pertains to his bond.
What is it right now?
$100,000. And, of course, taking into account any of the court's, concerns, it is without the enhancement of a prior, misdemeanor, I guess affirmative finding or conviction, it would have been another misdemeanor assault. This is alleged to be some kind of competition between him and a family member, a male family member, his uncle, I believe. And this happened around the time of like a funeral, a loved one had passed. And of course, those times emotions are raw. And like many families, people sometimes get into it. Now, I'm trying to get into the facts of the case. I'm trying to give the court some assurances it's not a situation where you're looking at for like a repeat. People, having.
But he is repeating.
Well, it's a different situation. I'm talking about for this case.
Repeats are different. All instances are unique.
Well, I'm talking.
But it's the same offense,
For the
right?
CW, and from what I gather, and of course I have different facts, but I'm not here to argue those today. At best, it would maybe have been a fight between two men.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking on this current case. For which he has $100,000 bond.
Okay. Well, it's been indicted by the grand jury. What has been indicted? All right.
No,
And I'm looking at the four corners of that, and
And
then
I'm not arguing that.
I've read the criminal, the complaint here as well, the probable cause affidavit.
Yeah, those are fact issues that's for another time. But what I'm really asking the court for is relief from the $100,000 bond, because he is not a flight risk. He has significant ties to the community, and I do not believe he poses a public safety threat to the public at large or the individual, I guess, accuser in this case.
Well, the grand jury says he was on this date, July 28th. It says by striking him about his head and his body. So he was upset with his uncle about the cremation of his grandmother. And Bryce, the complainant, attempted to explain his reasons for cremating his mother. The defendant started punching Bryce in the face and throat several times. Okay.
And that's his grandmother.
Then hold on. We're going to complete the record on. So we've got a conviction here of the misdemeanor charge of family and violence by, in 2019, knowingly and recklessly causing bodily injury to another by striking the complainant with his hand. And he and the defendant and that other person had a dating relationship at the time. That is what he was convicted for in the misdemeanor court here. And strangely enough, the indictment similarly states that this was a dating relationship as well.
You're talking about this one here?
The new one.
No, that's or language.
I'm sorry, was a member of the family or household or was in a dating relationship.
That's correct, Judge. It's his uncle.
So then we have this order of deferred probation out of the Harris County Court, where the defendant you don't have the original complaint or the indictment or information.
Not from Harris County. I do not. I do have contact
It
with.
says charged with an indictment. Assault. Okay. Tell me what the offense is that you can understand. I see the order, which is all abbreviated. Assault. What? in the offense in this order of defer that you gave me?
Yes, sir. If I may, Judge. Thank you.
Was he, placed on probation for?
That's his base assault, choking, or strangulation is what that is, Your Honor. That's why it's a third-degree felony.
And so, it says second degree felony,
I apologize, Your Honor.
and he was, let's see, 3 years deferred adjudicated. Is that what? Is
He
that
is on
what
deferred adjudication.
DADJ stands for?
That's
Yes,
correct, Judge.
just the terminology order.
Man,
They use it.
yeah, I'm glad I don't have to get used to that. Let's see. And an affirmative finding that the defendant's offense involved family violence is defined. So, I mean, this is his third family violence.
Well, Your Honor,
Is that right or not?
Well, he actually has more arrests than that, but that's
I'm
three,
talking about
that's
the,
three that are involved with the system.
he's got two convictions, right?
Yes, sir.
This deferred was revoked or not? Is he, or is he
it
still
has
on
been
it?
revoked.
It's
It's
pending.
pending.
There's a motion to revoke. So
It's depending on the
He's got
outcome of this case.
one prior family
Conviction, yes, sir.
conviction, then he's on probation for a family assault. And then this new case here in this indictment alleges family assault.
That's accurate, Jeff.
Okay. I think I know where we stand here.
Yeah, so I'm not arguing any of those facts, Your Honor. And what I was coming to the court for relief of the bond amount and giving court assurances that, that there's public safety issues and of course appearances in court is what the purpose of bond,
Uh-huh.
to make sure he shows up every time he's required to be here. And of course, no law violation, of course, anything like that.
I guess it begs the question, if you have a tendency to treat family members with assaults, how are you going to do dealing with an issue with a stranger?
Well, we haven't had that issue at this point, and I know.
But it begs the question, a family is supposed to be special. I mean, you have a special intimacy with them, generally a more compassionate relationship with them, but not him.
Well, if I may say so, me and my brother love each other dearly and would give our lives for one another, but we fight still to this day. And our parents in heaven now could attest to the fact. And
You punch each other?
Huh?
You punch and
Not
strike?
anymore, but he punches me now.
He was the person closest to you when you were growing up. Kids,
Yeah.
unfortunately, sometimes you get pro football early.
Yeah, that was that. But Your Honor, I think, we look at the severity of the charge. It looks like, who knows if you're involved in situations, some about families are volatile. But given the circumstances of that situation, you're talking about the death of a loved one. Nerves are on the edge. People are dealing with grief at that point, and we've all lost people we love. And during that time, you're dealing with things, you're crying, you're angry, you're in denial. There's a lot of things going on at that time. So look at the totality of the circumstances. Words are exchanged. I guess they got into it. And I understand what the law is written, but it's man to man at that point. And I understand what you're saying, but I think it makes a difference in the public.
Aren't we supposed to be civilized?
Yeah, I don't think
so. You're making a presentment like as this is normal and customary. It's not for me.
I don't think.
And I mean, it's not for me. I played sports. There was a lot of contact, but I never thought about, assaulting my family members in any event. And I've lived a lot longer than y'all. I'm sorry. That just is not normal.
I'm not normalizing here, and I'm just asking.
Yeah, but you got
as it pertains to the body.
Look at we got 3 cases here. 3 cases involving the same thing. Similar things of assault, what deemed family members, dating relationship, family. There's a consistent pattern here, but once again, if you're going to assault, if you have a tendency to assault the people you quote love or have a relationship with, an intimate relationship with, how are you going to, with common sense, treat a stranger when you have an issue with them? So it's, it boils down to just civilized behavior that you don't seem to be grasping. You saw people, the ones you love.
Well, Your Honor, I do believe there's a combination of conditions that can be put in place to assure the court that he will stay in compliance with his conditions.
Well, he's got a motion to revoke probation right now.
Well, that's going to be
I
contingent.
mean, he was to the court ordered something, and apparently there are allegations that those orders weren't followed.
Well, in this case here, like I said, we'll have our opportunity to have our day in court. We're just going to operate because the probable cause is what it is. Not here to argue that today. I'm just relieved.
What's the status on that other case? That motion to revoke?
I have talked to the assistant out in Harris County, and we are cooperating.
When is that coming up? You know?
She's waiting until we resolve this matter here.
Yes, they're giving us an
Well,
opportunity.
since we have him in custody, Judge.
Are you going to try to work something?
I'm going to work on that case in Harris County. Because like, you know, and
That
Judge
makes
Johnson's giving us.
Yeah, what do you-
defend ourselves.
Yes.
Yes, sir. My only additional argument, Your Honor, that I would remind Judge in this situation is that he has failed to follow terms of probation in regards to the original offense that places this at a felony. And as to the terms that he was under on the felony probation out of Harris County. Since those are very similar to bond conditions, the state takes a position that the bond amount is appropriate.
And Your Honor, we ask that given the circumstances, we will have our day in court and bonds are in place for the purpose of making sure attendance in court and also public safety. In these situations, these are crimes as charged that don't rise to the level of some of the more serious crimes we're dealing with as it pertains to those two issues. There's no presumption of a long extended sentence, even if you were to be found guilty where you flee. There's no presumption of any weapons, because I did ask the state, because I hadn't read the indictment to this point. So we're talking about situations where there are factual issues that need to be explored. And I don't want us to tend over to like a tool of repression, because those facts may bear out in our favor.
Okay. Here, the court, as we all know, we are bound under Article 17.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, rules for fixing the amount of bond. The nature of the offense and the circumstances under which it was committed are to be considered. I've read the probable cause affidavit, and I've looked at the conviction in Jefferson County and also the probation in Harris County, where there's a motion to revoke probation of similar offense, and the court would find that that does not weigh good for the defendant. There are 3 cases now, 1 conviction and 2 other cases pending of family violence. The future safety of a victim of the alleged offense and the community are to be considered. And again, I kind of take a different position in that if you're going to assault your family, you're going to be less likely to deal with issues with strangers in a civilized way. And other bail factors include family ties, ties to